Your reorder rate is something that should be hopefully continually increasing as you are establishing your brand and as you are establishing like a good product assortment collection and as you are gaining more and more customers. Reorder rate is really, really important because it is way, 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 way cheaper to get a repeat customer than a new one. So every single one of your customers that comes through your door and orders from you, you should be capitalizing on that as much as possible instead of just trying to attract new people onto your website. So today I thought I would share 4 ways to get your reorder rate up and get your customers to order from you again. If you know that very famous marketing funnel that looks like a V like this, where it's like awareness, intention, something, I don't know the funnel, okay, I will link it and show it here. But basically, when you are getting people to reorder, you are targeting people who have already bought and are in that lower piece of the funnel. It costs a lot of money to move customers from up here to down here, so you want to be focusing a lot of your time on trying to get these customers that are in this like, but I don't know where I'm gonna put this, like this bottom area of the funnel to keep reordering from you, right? It is something that I definitely look at my reorder rates all the time. If my reorder rate isn't going up from the year before, I know that there's something wrong and I need to ask my customers, hey, like, why are you dropping off? Like, why are you not buying from me again? Like, am I not making products that people wanna see, etc. In my opinion, my reorder rate should always be going up, and my reorder rate is already extremely high at about a 46% year over year compared to last year. I don't think I said that terminology right, but it's very high and I'm very proud of it. But I think that it can keep getting better because your customers are where you should be focusing your time. The first way to get your reorder rate high is to incentivize them. So this is a very, very easy thing that if you're not doing, you already should be doing like today, like yesterday, on the orders that you're shipping today. You should print out something that you include in your orders or email them something when they get their order, like 5-10 days after they get their order, and say, thank you so much for your order. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you thought of my thing. Please leave a review. Reviews are very important, like I talked about last week. And please use this coupon code if you decide to reorder again. So in the beginning, I was very generous. When I first started my store, it was like a 20% off reorder code, something really generous that they can't really refuse, right? Another tip with discount codes is that you should always have an expiration date. So say, here's a coupon code for to use if you want to order again, to use within the next 14 days, right? And if you are able and if you have the time, which if you're just beginning, hopefully you do have the time and you should be tracking it on a spreadsheet, message them 2 days before that expire and says, hey, I noticed that you haven't used your code yet. Just reminding you it expires in 2 days, right? So that will give you actually a very good way to see if your product is something that they liked, right? If it's something that they like, their reorder rate is going to be high and we're using that code. If like 80% of the people don't use it, there might be something with your product that you might want to ask and say, hey, do you have any like private feedback? What can I iterate on it, etc., right? So that is something, again, that you should be doing right away, offering a code for reordering if you're just beginning. I actually do not offer that personally because I'm now more picky with the coupon codes that I give out, but that's something that I was doing for years and years and years before I kind of built like a bigger customer base. Another way to incentivize a reorder is to like email or message all your past customers and give them like a freebie if they order, right? So tell them that this is an exclusive discount for people who have bought from you before for existing customers, and say like, you know, for our existing customers, we're doing a special this month where every single order that goes out, we are going to include a free sticker with it of your choice, right? So incentivize them, make them feel special is what I really should be saying. Like, really hone in on the fact that they're part of an exclusive club because they've ordered from you before, to really build that brand presence. That kind of leads into my next thing, which tip number 2 is that you should be talking to them. You should always be in conversation with your customers. They are an invaluable source for you as you build your brand and as you build out your product line, because they know what you should be doing next. They really should be your guiding light of what you should keep iterating on, right? So constantly ask them, like I said last week in my video, like you should be asking for reviews constantly, but constantly be messaging them. Constantly, there are people that are engaging on your Instagram stories, on your Instagram in general. Don't be afraid to just DM them and just say like, hey, thank you so much for your comment. I'm so happy that you like my brand. I'm so happy that, I don't know, you're interested in our products or whatever, right? And ask them like, what would you like to see? Like, have you bought from me before? Like, what are your hesitations for buying it, etc.? Because that will really help you figure out how to change the way that you're marketing your products or the way that you're saying it to really reach the customers in the future, right? So I realize this is actually not talking about reorder rate, but if these customers are DMing you and if they're commenting and they've bought before, right? You can look up when was the last time they bought from you, right? You can say, hey, I noticed that you haven't bought from me in about 3 months, in about 6 months, in about a year. Like if your product is something that could be gifted or could be used again, ask them like, just wanted to know if you're in need of another keychain or if there's another gift. And there's something about being really personable that I think small businesses, we really have the power to do that, right? Like if we're a huge conglomerate, it's a lot harder to have those kind of like personal touches that we should be really utilizing and relying on as a small business, because that's really what differentiates us. So try and talk to them as much as possible, get in those DMs, email them, message them on Etsy orders, etc., and really start to build that brand connection, that personal touch that only small business owners have. The third thing is to reward them. So anytime your customer takes an action that you would like them to do again, it's kind of like a dog. And you know, like when you treat them for something that they should be doing over and over again and you don't reward them for things they should not be doing, this is what you should be doing with your customers as well. So when they place an order from you, again, you're giving them that discount code to reorder from you. That's kind of incentivizing them to order from you again, right? When they leave a review, I would encourage you also to say like, thanks for so much for leaving a review. Here's like an incentive as a thank you, etc., right? You should give incentives also for your customers that are active with you on Instagram. I really love to kind of just like give freebies from here and there and say like, thanks so much for commenting on my post, like being the first one, the comments are really important, etc. Here's $2 off your next order, right? So you are keeping them engaged, and I would even say like I do it publicly sometimes because it kind of shows my other customers, if I comment and engage publicly, then maybe I'll get that too, right? So incentivize them for every little behavior that you hope that they kind of repeat. If they're swiping up or clicking your links on Instagram stories, you can see, can you see who clicks on your link? Oh, you can see who views your stories, right? So if you're just starting out and you have like 30 people viewing your stories all the time, guess what? You can DM every single one of those 30 people, right? So you can say, thanks for watching my Instagram stories, like here's a special coupon code to get your order. Again, I'm realizing that this is not actually a reorder thing. This is just kind of an order thing, like tips, but it really, again, does apply to reorders, because instead of going on your Instagram DMs, you can also be emailing or Etsy messaging the customers that have bought from you in the past 3 months. The incentivizing them makes a big difference because you're giving them a reason, an extra like little bonus. And something that is really helpful is always to be exclusive as you can, right? Make them feel special, again, give them that special touch. The fourth thing is something that I kind of already talked about, but it is really to remind them. So people are really busy, especially now in the summer. Everybody's out, no one's buying stuff online, hopefully. People are just like doing fun things. It is really important to remind them. So if you are having a sale and it is a week-long sale and it is your last day, you should be posting on your Instagram, you should be posting on your like Etsy banner last day or whatever, email marketing if you're doing that, you know, etc. And hopefully individually messaging people who have things in their cart and tell them to check out because it's the last day of sale. Messaging the people whose thank you coupon code expires in 2 days and say, hey, just a reminder, it expires in 2 days. So you really should remind them. You also should be reminding them when you are releasing new products. So you should be putting it on social media, putting it like a announcement in your Etsy shop or whatever, right? Or a new product like announcement, exciting new thing, right? Remind them that you are here and that you are still making things that they love and that they would benefit from buying. So make sure to be top of mind for them because it is so noisy in the world of the internet, and you really want to try and make sure that you consistently show up for the customers who really care and are really interested in you and your product. So here are just some tips of how to get your reorder rate up. I also, again, realized that it was kind of just tips about how to get people to order in general, but they will work on reorders. And seeing that reorder rate goes up is telling you that you are building a brand that lasts and building a brand that customers can resonate with, not just on one product, but on a whole assortment of your products and your whole brand lifetime, which is really where you should be focusing, trying to build that brand and trying to differentiate yourself from everything else in the very crowded small business market. I hope this was helpful. I hope your reorder rates go up. As always, let me know if there's something else I can talk about.